So have you ever been in a car and heard a song coming through your speakers and instantly remember all the words? Do memories of another time or place, and usually this is the case, events, flood your brain? This happens to me all the time. If I'm on my way to work, or even walking down the street and a song hits my ears and bam, I'm somewhere else. Remembering the good times or the bad times. I've even had it happen to me when I've overheard music from another source, like a grocery store. It seems to happen a lot in grocery stores. This song is called Crab Bucket. Now, I'm a pool player. I'm not a good pool player, mind you, but I do enjoy the act of playing the game. I mean, it's not as bad as letting me behind the wheel, no matter how much I can say I can rally a car around a corner. I remember playing the game when I was younger, but I don't really have any specific memories of how I did it or where I did it. So realistically, my pool adoration began about 20 years ago. I was just starting to work that day. At the beginning of my career, I was working in the midnight shift. Eventually, I transitioned onto days. So one day, I don't remember which day it was, but I mean, I'm honestly under the belief as I get older and time passes, the calendar starts to slur in your brain, like a drunken frat boy trying to give a speech about the benefits of sobriety. So I walked up to the deli and started to pay for my lunch. The guy behind the counter seemed to peer at me a little longer than usual. I'd seen him before, but not thought nothing of it. I mean, he seemed like the life of the party type of guy, not someone who I would genuinely, hang out with or even really bother to talk to. He just seemed to be at ease with other people, not like me at all. I began to say something when he asked if I liked to play pool. I was a little stunned, as people rarely ask me questions, but I replied with a confident sure. So we made plans to meet up that night and play pool. The first night went pretty well. I was kind of nervous. I mean, I was simply substituting for a missing player in a league. I didn't know my teammates at all. I used a bar cue as I hadn't held a pool stick in years. And over the next few years, I would build my own pool cue collection. I'm pretty sure it started with a cue that Sean gave me for my birthday or something. I know, I should remember the details of gifts that people give me, but at least I still do own the cue. I even refused to get rid of it after the entire tip, not just the blue part, flew off at another player while in game. I now have 3 personal cues, and they occasionally get used. But then, I was concerned about nothing. The night went so well that I was asked to play permanently. And playing pool every single week was a fun escape from the drudgery of work and, well, just life in general. Playing pool led me to a great many things. Through pool, well, in a roundabout way, I met my wife. It was through teammates that I was able to get an amazing deal on a roof for my house. In the winter. Never seen a company fix a roof in the winter months, but they did. And they did an amazing job, too. The least it was an introduction to the song Crab Bucket by Chaos. Besides the catchy beat and stuff, I remember having my brain itch because the spelling of the song. It was spelled wrong. I don't know why it bugs me so much. So the next few years went well. Our team became known as Four Guys Named Mo. I came up with the idea just to screw with people. My teammates got the joke. It would always go something like this. At the beginning of the season, one of our opponents would inevitably ask which one of us were named Mo. We'd sneakily grin at each other and say, What? None of us are named. What makes you think that? And then they would start to kick our ass at pool. But as it happened quite a bit, it never really got old. There were times that I did pretty well, too. I remember that if you got a 9 off the break, we were playing 9-ball at the time, you got entered into a raffle for a bar jacket. It was a black jacket with the bar's name on it, the pool team, and your name on it. It looked pretty spiffy. That year, I got 1 9 off the break. Sean, I think, ended up with at least 5. I don't remember exactly how many. All I know is he beat my number several times over at least. But at the season end dinner, the league would have a dinner at the end of every season where they would present the prize money and the random prizes that people had earned. Like most points, continuous wins, stuff like that. But then they would also do the raffle. Sean was so excited. He was convinced that he was going to finally win after missing out the year previous. Then they called my name. I drunkenly stumbled up to get my prize. I then found out that you didn't actually get the jacket right away. I mean, they needed to size you, get your information, stuff like that. Well, Sean was so annoyed. Although I'm not sure, my constant questions like, do you think it will be itchy? What do I do if they get my size wrong? Probably did not help Sean's overall temperament. I do not know why he got so pissed off, though. I mean, he got the kind of trophy you get every single year for the entire time we played together. I never got one. And eventually I got too fat for the jacket and lost track of it over the years. But every time I go over to his place, I still see those stupid little trophies. But it was playing pool that I first was exposed to the beer bong. I'd never heard of it before. I mean, what it was, for the uninitiated, it was a 2.5-foot tall bong that was filled with Canadian. It was our favorite beer at the time. It was really a sight to behold. I probably heard the song Crab Bucket for the first time at the pool hall. It was probably after sharing one of those beer experiences. The music video was playing at the bar TV. It wasn't the video that grabbed our attention. It was a strange combination of bar sounds and catchy rhythmness of the song. Sean and I both stopped. We stopped so suddenly to stare at the TV, I think the bartender wondered if she had done something terribly wrong. I think it was the first time that we ever really realized that we might share similar musical tastes. Except for Green Day. Hard no, all day long. Crab Bucket is a song that will always remind me of the smell, the sounds, and the fun of being in a pool hall. I still love playing pool, and I still really like the song. Thanks for listening to another story that fell out of my head. In the comments below, let me know about the songs that make you smile. And also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, enjoy the music in your head.